I'm April.
And I'm Caroline.
And this
is your Bloody Happy Hour.
Caroline, are you ready for this?
This is your newest guilty pleasure.
It's the bloodiest part of your week.
Did we say something about it also being happy hour?
Show did.
Because we're about to be sipping on some murder. Bloody Happy Hour.
Hey, y'all. This is April.
Hey, it's Caroline.
We are here. We got another story for you guys.
We're back, and it's Bloody Happy Hour time.
It is Thirsty Thursday, and I'm back on the Trulies.
I'm just triple fisting over here. You don't even know. I have three hands
She
today.
actually does.
Yeah.
She does.
So I hope you're thirsty. Get your drinks.
Get your drink. You actually should be on break right now. Like, people should not be working.
So you can go and binge any episode that you have yet to hear.
Go back, catch up if you haven't, start from the beginning. I went and got my teeth cleaned the other day, and my teeth clean lady, she was like, I'm starting from number one.
Did she
right
know
now.
that you did it?
Yes. Well, she's only heard one, and we went to school together a long time ago, and she was like, I didn't know that it was that was yours. And so she's about to go binge. Anyways,
I was talking to my teeth cleaning lady, and she said she was into true crime, and I told her to listen too.
There we go.
So here's to our teeth cleaning ladies, our dental hygienists.
Yes.
That's what they are. What if I'm going to talk like this the whole time?
Yeah, okay. I like the new voice.
Yeah, I like to change it up every episode. I can't.
She's got multiple personalities.
Yeah, it's a disorder. It's fine. Don't worry. It's
okay.
normal. It is what it is.
So y'all won't be hearing this when we're recording it, but we're recording this on the day that Scott Peterson just got a new
Listen, we're going to call this Court TV Corner.
Court TV Corner, because I need to know, like, Caroline, what do you think about Scott Peterson? I know you haven't probably did a deep dive in that story. I haven't heard it for so long, but do you think he'll get a new trial?
The only reason I want him to get a new trial is so I can watch the whole thing.
She does not even watch regular TV anymore. It's only court cases.
Because you can have, because court TV it's live. It's right there. I can have it on in the background while I'm doing my territory checks. What did we say? What did you say?
I think he will probably be granted a new retrial.
Because there was issues with the jury, or what?
I don't know why I think that. I just think that he probably will get it.
Yeah.
I didn't follow that case. I followed the David Temple case, which is like the coach from Houston that killed his teacher wife. We're going to cover this because it's a great story. And he was convicted, years later, came back, had a whole new trial. Right now, it's kind of still in limbo. So I just think that when you're good looking, white Protestant male, like, anything can go for you.
So he's been in there for like 19 years, is that right? Or 16?
A long time.
He looks like he hasn't even aged. I mean, he still looks
good.
I know. I'm like, that is actually not fair.
He's probably going to have another Amber Fry waiting on him when he gets
out.
out.
Oh, you know how many people are writing him letters.
Yeah.
I think I should write him a letter.
Let's do it.
We have to write like 14 letters. I don't think I'll ever get to it.
Ed Kemper. Yeah, but you don't even know the difference between a stamp and a label. How we going to write a letter?
Hell, it's never going to get there. It's going to get sent back every time.
Okay, so what I have for you guys is a great Santa story.
Ho, ho, ho. Here
Y'all
we go.
know what I feel about Santa after the last. You to say, hello, Santa Claus.
Hello, Santa Claus.
You may or may not be excited about Santa after this story. You may feel for Santa the way that I feel for Santa after this story.
I mean,
this may give you some Santa PTSD. I just want to bust everybody's Santa bubble. I'm probably going to say Santa 17 more times. So let's take a drink every time I say Santa.
Do we need to pour one? Do you want me?
Oh, yeah, let's do it. Give me the sound effects. Oh, there's a new one.
Wow, that was impressive. Here we go.
Nice.
You're welcome.
The sound.
That was live, so.
Of the holidays.
Yeah. I mean, you have to have extra substances for the holidays to get through it.
Wait, can you tell me one of your favorite family holiday traditions before we go? Before we start?
I like opening gifts.
Okay. But every family does that. Do you have like a specific... What do Czechs do for the holidays? Get drunk.
Okay. I do like hang on. This is obviously a very difficult question. My
processing time.
Yes. Favorite holiday tradition. It's really fun so my stepmom likes to have she likes to make it the longest possible time to open presents. Oh. So we'll open presents for like 10 minutes and then we'll take a break. She has some kind of like rhyme or something she says, and there's like a hidden art of like she hides a tiny snowman somewhere, and then everybody has to go and look for it. And if you find it, then you get to pick something out of the grab bag. So, and then the next time it's like a tiny star, and the next time, so it's just a fun little intermission while we're opening presents. So then it takes like 4 hours to open presents.
Oh my goodness.
Which used to be fun.
That's creative though.
It is very creative.
That makes you feel like you got a lot of presents and really you got
and it's fun, even though you get like a little gift card, but it is fun.
Gift cards are the best.
I know.
So
what about you?
We eat tamales every Christmas Eve.
We do a fish fry.
Fish fry, yeah. So we always have like our tamale assembly line. And so this year, like we'll make tamales at my mom's house. And so I was like, you know what? What's this going to be? Tamales, tequila, and true crime. So we're going to wear our aprons. We're going to have true crime on in the background, probably Bloody Happy Hour playing. And then we're going to make our tamales.
Do you think that exciting. Every person right now is going to be coming to your house for Christmas? Because I need to be there for that.
Come on. You can come. You can come. All right, let's go back to... I've got the story.
I'm still thinking about what you said.
Tamales, tequila, and true crime.
Yeah, that's the best thing I've heard.
That needs to be a new podcast. Why is that not the podcast?
Yeah. We're changing the name. Podcast name change.
There we go.
Yep.
Triple T.
Oh my gosh. Triple threat, triple T.
Okay, so let me tell you, I'm going to tell you about the Santa Covina murders.
Tell me everything.
So we're going to start off. First of all, you're going to have a horrible taste in your mouth after this.
Yes.
Not the red wine.
Oh, that's not a horrible taste.
It is the guy that we're talking about.
Yeah.
Like he is as dirty and as scandalous as...
Dirty Chad.
Dirty Chad.
Trad.
Fritzl.
It's like a hanging Chad.
Castro.
Just can't get rid of him.
Christian Longo, like he's the worst.
He sounds pretty bad.
Like right now, him and Joseph Fritzl are probably like fighting over who's taking tickets at the gate. Like
that's
the gates of hell.
Wow, that's a pretty impressive.
Like it's bad.
Wow.
So let me tell you about Bruce Pardo. All right. First of all, if your name's Bruce, you should probably just go ahead and change it right now. But Bruce started off pretty legit, right? He's from San Fernando Valley. He went to like a polytechnic high school, and he later went to college, Cal State. That means nothing to me because I'm not in California, but I think it's a good college.
Yeah.
He graduated with a degree in computer science, and he became an engineer. So like right now, it's like, great catch, right? You swipe right. You see all those, and it's like swipe right, swipe right.
For sure.
He got a good job at a jet propulsion lab, and he made good money. Mm-hmm. But he didn't do shit. Like he sat there and he hacked other people's. He hacked his job's computer system. So he was like hacking in, trying to figure out, how much does this person make? I'd probably want to share offices with them because I would want to know all that information.
That actually reminds me of the other court TV case I was watching that I forgot to tell you about. First of all, look at Ugly Face Cry.
Yes.
Okay, it's the Josh Duggar.
Oh, yeah.
he did a lot of those things, but that's with his child porn, so that's real bad.
Oh, well, that's what he did at. Well, like he got paid great money, but he just really just didn't do like work.
Yeah.
And so, you're like, so what? How much? So it's like, okay, that's not that bad, right? It's not that bad. That's not Joseph Fritzl bad.
Right.
Well, when he was working there, he met a girl named Delilah. And him and Delilah fell in love.
Oh, that's precious.
And they were engaged to getting married.
Wow. Okay.
So, that's what happens, right? If you do it right, you go to school, you go to college, you get a job, you get married. They were doing it all the right way.
Yep.
Delilah was excited, but I guess Bruce wasn't, because Bruce was not paying, like he was not giving up the money to pay for this wedding.
Okay.
At all. So Delilah spent all her money that she had saved up. And let me just say that till this day, like people don't know really who Delilah really is, because she's kind of like kept herself quiet. So she used all her money to pay for the wedding and the honeymoon.
Wow.
Okay. And so she's like, it's okay. Like it's an investment into our future, right? He didn't pay for anything. She didn't make them. So here's the wedding day. June 17th, 1998 was the big day, right?
Mm.
So she's there. Her family's there. His family's there. Their friends are there. But where's Bruce?
He's not there?
He is not there. He did not show up.
At the wedding.
Left her at the altar. But like he didn't call. No. He didn't send a message in a bottle. He didn't like send a letter with like he didn't know. There was no DMs about. He didn't do anything.
No.
So she didn't hear from him.
Ghosted her
for weeks.
Oh.
Until she figured out the rest of the money in her savings account was gone, and he withdrew it. And instead of marrying her, he went to Palm Springs and had a badass vacation on her money. So she had, she did some dirty chat shit.
Yep, that's great.
So she had to like pick up her life and like start all over, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she had a great credit score at that point.
Here's the thing. I bet she did. Here's the thing. Still, I told you Delilah has nothing to do with them. But right now, like what you're going to hear, Delilah dodged a bullet. So
Clearly.
Bruce did her a favor. So now it's 2001, right? And so here's another douchebag douchebagism, because he's the biggest douchebag
I love
ever.
That. That's a good word.
Douchebagism.
Yeah.
It's 2001. He meets Elena. They move in together.
Did Delilah send Elena a message?
She should have.
Warning her.
But she like totally like had nothing to do with it. Or maybe she did, but I didn't read the book.
But maybe
that's why this is supposed to be a quickie.
Elena didn't read the message.
Maybe so. Hint, hint, hint.
So if you notice a message in your DMs from somebody who was married to the guy that you're dating, you probably should read it.
You should read it and you should believe them.
And you should absolutely believe it, because, girl, you don't even know. It's worse than the DM.
Don't know.
Go ahead.
You don't know. Mm-mm. So they have a kid together. They don't get married. And things are kind of normal for about 18 months.
Mm-hmm.
And it's New Year's Day. And Elena goes out. Like not out, but she's like out of the house, and Bruce is watching their kid, right?
Oh, yes.
But he's not.
Yes.
And this 18-month-year-old gets outside and he falls into the swimming pool. What's Bruce doing? Watching television.
First of all, you have an 18-month-old. You cannot do anything except for watch. Like the kids, like walking. What is that? Yeah. 1.5-year-old. Like you're on the move. You're on the go. Yeah. You're grabbing everything. You're putting stuff in your mouth. You're eating crayons.
Yeah. That's why I don't hang around 18-month-olds. I don't got time for all that.
But like, you can't just sit there and watch TV with this 18. Okay.
No.
Yeah, so
clearly, that's what happened. Like the kid wasn't watched. He got out. He went in the backyard and he fell into the swimming pool. And he had to go to the hospital. An 18-month-old baby boy. Right? Mm-hmm. Okay, but people say that Bruce felt horrible about this.
But he did.
He was at the hospital with this little boy, like by his side for, like, he didn't leave. And it was like a week into it. He didn't die. Okay.
Yeah, he's brain dead.
He didn't die. He is now brain dead. So the doctor came in and he basically took them aside and he says he's not going to die, but he is permanently brain damaged and he will be a paraplegic.
Oh my gosh.
So instead of Bruce saying, oh my goodness, I'm just so glad he's going to live, Bruce packed his shit.
He gone.
And he is gone.
Mm-hmm.
He left his, like, this is not his stepchild or, you know, like, he left his child and the mama. Like, how can you do that?
It's because you're a sociopath and you have no empathy for other people.
Anybody else.
0%.
Anybody else. Luckily, this baby had an amazing mom, and she was, like, dedicated to this kid. Okay, so let's move on to the next girlfriend because, you know, he moves on pretty quick.
Yeah.
Left the girl at the altar in 98, new woman in 2001, now it's 2004, and he meets Sylvia.
I bet Sylvia didn't even know he had a kid.
Nope, did not. Sylvia is from Covina, California.
Oh, here we
go.
Here we go.
And Sylvia, poor thing, ends up marrying Bruce. She was married a couple times. Her first husband was killed in a car accident. Second husband, I think she got divorced from. And so she had these kids from these, you know, before marriages. And so now her and Bruce together, they got married, but like there's no honeymoon period. Like Bruce wasted no time to show her how much of a douchebag he was.
They never do.
They wasted no time.
They never do.
So, of course, the argument was over money. So he didn't want a joint bank account, and she had 3 kids. He was not going to put not 1 cent of his money towards her kids.
The money, whose money was it? His money from his first wife that he stole?
He just was not going to contribute at all.
Yeah.
Like, and she was an administrative assistant, so she made what's the
Smollett guilty.
Guilty. He
of
should
5 of 6 charges.
He should be.
He's so dumb. Okay.
So, then, okay, so he wouldn't help her with her. They are her kids, but like you married her and them, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But that wasn't why Sylvia left him. She ends up leaving him. She leaves him because she's doing taxes. And she sees his taxes and she sees that he's claiming a dependent.
Oh, he's claiming his brain dead kid who he'd even tell her about. Oh,
and so she's like, wait, he has a kid? Who is this kid? So she calls the mama.
How does she?
Bruce's mama, because they're married. Not the kid's mom.
Okay,
she calls Bruce's mama.
Yeah.
And they're really close. Okay.
Bruce and the mom are close?
No.
Or
wife, Sylvia and Bruce's mom are close. So Bruce's mom was like, oh yeah, he's got a kid. And this is why he's not in the kid's life and he should not be claiming him. Like, Bruce's mom knew what a shitbag her son was.
Wow, that's not my situation at all.
Yeah. That's usually not the situation.
Yeah, it's typically,
So let's recap. Bruce left this kid a paraplegic and brain dead.
Yes.
But he's still claiming him on income tax to get money for him. So
Absolutely.
this is 3 years afterwards. Like, how low is that? So Sylvia was like, oh no, I can't have anything to do with this.
Get it, Sylvia.
So she packed her shit.
And she
was disgusted. She was gone. But first she asked him, she was like, the kids are in school here and I hate to uproot them in the middle of the year. Can we stay in the house at least until the year's over with, right?
Yeah.
Bruce packed all their shit up and put it on the front porch. So she came home from work one day and she was like had to move in with her parents.
That's a lot of packing.
I know. Like he put a lot of effort in that.
He put a lot of work into that packing.
So, so they're officially separated in March of 2008. So she was with them for a little bit. She had to deal with him for about 4 years, right? And they had a lawyer, a divorce lawyer, and the lawyer, like he had to pay spousal support. We don't have that here in Texas, but in other states it's kind of like child support for the wife. So it's spousal support. And you had to pay like $10,000.
Do they actually ever even? I
No.
feel like this is
Another douchebagism.
This is what happens. You steal from somebody who you're married from, and then you have your divorce, and then they owe you all this money. But guess what? You never see any of that money.
And do people even? Do you have to pay it?
I don't know. I don't know if it's like a
follows
lien
you
or
around?
something, or you. But I think you have to pay, like, if you have child support, you got to pay that first. But that's first in line, so they'll collect that from you first. Then if you have any other, I don't know, debts, because somebody else I know has about $12,000 in child support, and then several other debts that he owes to banks and liens on different items. And
so
then
they don't give a
shit.
So it just goes in your credit, and they don't give a shit anyways. The credit's bad.
Yep.
So that's crazy.
That's good.
I always wonder, like, when you go to court and you sue somebody and you get all this money, right?
I'm like,
will they really get it?
I don't know.
A person.
I would love to know.
I don't think they do.
Probably not.
So here's another douchebag-ism.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
So
what we're doing.
the first check that he wrote for spousal support bounced.
So he's writing your checks for it?
For spousal support, I think you have to.
I don't know.
Or it's going to come out of they're going to like garnish your wages.
Yeah, but if you don't have wages.
He had wages. He still had his good job as an engineer. So he was like, let me write this check. Well, it bounced. And the second one would not have bounced, but he purposely stopped payment on it. So he wasn't going to give her a dime. A dime.
Nope.
So she never got spousal support. Then he was fired from his job. So you see kind of like how his life is kind of like slowly going down. Like it's already shitty. Like you're already shitty.
You're already a terrible person.
Yes. So he gets fired from his job for billing for fake hours.
Shock.
He was getting paid for like things he did not do. So he's charging other people for things. So now he's fired. Yeah. So now it's June, and he's like, I'm going to go buy this gun, semi-automatic. He conjures up this plan. Okay. So it's June, and he buys this gun. And then what's the next month? July. And he buys another gun.
Oh, multiple
August,
guns.
September, October. He buys 5 total of these expensive. And that was like the gun laws. I guess if you buy a gun like this, you can't buy another one for 30 days. Okay. So he waited another 30 days and he'd buy another one.
Real
and he'd
premeditated.
wait another. Yes.
Like real premeditated. Yeah. Like he knew, I'm going to do this on Christmas. Okay.
So on September 8th, he ordered a Santa Claus outfit.
Oh, that's nice.
I mean, and he wasn't going to go ring the bell at Walmart.
Oh, he's not going to go. No, he's going to go sit at the mall and
not ringing the bell, not taking pictures with kids. He actually had the Santa suit customized. Oh. He asked for extra space and a bunch of extra pockets.
Oh, in case he needed
candy, right?
Yeah, candy for the candy canes.
Candy canes. Let's pass that. He wanted all the extra pockets for the candy canes.
And maybe a fireball shot, a little or two
to
for
deal
the
with
adults.
all the kids. Yeah. Not at all.
No.
So then he books a plane ride and he goes and visits a college friend from Iowa. I'm just weird. I mean,
that's
surprised that he had a friend.
Yeah.
But he really didn't want to see his friend in Iowa. He really wanted to go to the gun shop there. Oh. And at that gun shop, he bought 16 handgun magazines. Oh. That contain 18 bullets each.
Okay.
So now he's got all his shit. He's got
his guns.
Magazine. He's got his guns. He's got his Santa suits. And he's got his bullets. Yeah. And now the divorce is finalized, and it's 1 week before Christmas.
Oh, well, he's ready to go.
He never took his ring off. So he's... Do you think he's happy or sad about this divorce? Can I have another Truly, please?
Oh, absolutely. I thought it was like they were all it was... Never mind. Go ahead. Okay, I get it now. I had to Google it, so I made sure. I'm very visual.
So... she's at her parents' house. Let me tell you a little bit about the parents. They've been married for 50 years. It was love at first sight.
Wow.
They came from Mexico and started their paint company and like built the American dream, had about 77 kids, and they had about 77 kids.
Andrew G. would love this family.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they, like, people loved them. Their neighbors talked about them. They were just genuine, loving family.
Yeah.
And usually at this party, neighbors would come to the party. So they go and they have dinner. And after dinner, they play like, the kids are playing outside. And then they're playing Texas Hold'em at the table.
Yeah.
Teenagers are upstairs playing video games on the computer and on the video games. And then there was a knock at the door. There's an 8-year-old little girl named Katrina. She answers the door. And when she answers the door, there was Santa Claus.
Oh.
With a big, beautifully wrapped present in his hand. So what do you think an 8-year-old little girl does when she sees Santa at the door?
Gets super excited.
And
yells. And it's like, Santa's here.
Yes. And usually Santa comes to this party.
Right, yeah, so they typically, like, that was their tradition every year, right?
One of the neighbors would like dress up as Santa, and so it wasn't a big deal that Santa.
Yeah, it was like a normal, like they were just like waiting for Santa to come over.
Yeah.
And then Santa comes with the present, and then, yeah, of course, I'm the 8-year-old, I'm freaking out.
So Santa puts his present that he has in his hand down. He picks up Katrina, and he picks her up like, you know, a daddy would pick up their daughter, or Santa would pick up their kid, puts her down, and then shoots her square in the face. He pulls out from all these pockets in his Santa suit 2 semi-automatics. So he's like Clint Eastwood on these shoot-'em-ups, like on these westerns. And he's going in with 2 guns in that house, and he's shooting and shooting. All the siblings, the parents, everybody's getting shot at. Okay? Like, he thinks he's Clint Eastwood. It's chaotic. People are screaming.
And he's been to Christmases before, so he knows that
he's been to the last 4 Christmases because they were married.
Yeah.
He knew what they were doing. He knew when to come. Like, he just knew.
Yeah.
He knew. One of the family members recognized him, and they were finally like, "That's Bruce," and couldn't even finish it. And Bruce shot him in the face. Sylvia's brothers were Charles and James. They were shot, but they tried to take Bruce down. After they got shot, they were bloody. They were trying to fight him, and he shot them again. So, of course, that wasn't successful. A bunch of the other siblings hid under the dining room table where they were playing like poker and Texas Hold'em. They were all killed, including Sylvia was one of the ones that was killed. There was only one sibling survivor. So of all the Sylvia's brothers and sisters, there was only one, and her name was Letitia. And she's the one that gets away, runs a couple houses down, and calls 911. Wow. Yes. So then Bruce obviously was like out of his bullets or like tired of the gun. So he goes to that beautifully wrapped present that he had, and he pulls out what he has made. He's an engineer, a homemade flame thrower. Yes.
What? What's a flamethrower?
Just exactly like it sounds. Like you push a button and it's throwing fire. So he is like engulfing the house in flames.
Oh my gosh.
So teenager Michael Ortega's upstairs. He didn't get shot, but he dies in the fire.
Oh my gosh. Because did he set the whole house on fire?
The whole house has been engulfed in flames.
Oh.
Letitia, like she's the one that ran and called 911. Total, there were 9 people killed in this house. Luckily, all the kids were outside in the back playing. So they got to run. They knew what was going on. There was only like a couple of the kids that died.
Wow.
He shot them execution style.
Who? The kid?
The other people.
The other people.
Yeah. Execution style. And the fire was so
he just
bad.
like went up to them and just like
boom,
shot.
Boom.
Oh
like,
my gosh.
I feel like you haven't watched Clint Eastwood Western.
Oh, no.
Or a Western.
No. Nope.
When you just, it's like boom, and you just take him and you're just like shooting. Just like
I've
Clint
seen like Elmer Fudd or whatever.
No, that don't count.
You're welcome.
This fire was so bad that they had to pull like dental records to identify the bodies.
Oh my gosh.
And it took a while to determine cause of death because their bodies were so charred.
Yeah.
So they didn't know which ones died from the fire
or from
the gunshot.
Wow.
80 firefighters it took.
And they probably couldn't go. I mean, they had to wait for it to like cool off.
It took them 2 hours to even put it out to go and like get the bodies. So imagine 2 hours in a fiery flamed house. So I have to list the victims.
Okay.
There was Joseph and Alice Ortega, their son Charles and his wife Sherry, and another son, James Jr., and his wife Teresa, their daughter Alicia and her son Michael, and their other daughter Sylvia, which was Bruce's wife, ex-wife. Nearly all of them had been shot with that 9mm semi-automatic. And based upon, like, after the autopsist did it, its bullet trajectory said that they were, like, executed.
Wow.
Like, just shot. So what's so good is, like, the surviving family members were able to tell the police, like, exactly what happened. And they got to identify Bruce Pardo. So they knew who they were looking for, right? So it's like, what's next? They got to find Bruce.
Yeah.
So 40 miles away. So now the police are here fighting the fires.
Yeah.
40 miles away, Bruce has a brother that has a house about 40 miles away. So Bruce leaves. Like, after he does his dirty, like, he changes from his Santa suit and he leaves and he gets in his car and he drives a Dodge Caliber. Like,
did a neighbor...
douchebagism number 77.
Did a neighbor identify the vehicle leaving? I feel like I heard that somewhere.
Well, so Letitia called 911 and she's a couple houses down. She's able to see. So she sees him leaving.
Okay, so she probably was able to give an identification of the vehicle that he was driving.
Yes.
There we go.
So now he's at his brother's house, but his brother's not there. He has a Christmas party. But when he comes home, like in the middle of the morning, like in the middle of the night, he sees his brother lying on his couch in his own pool of blood from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. He still had his wedding ring on. He actually put his gun in his mouth and he blew his own brains out. Yeah.
The brother came home from his Christmas party.
And Bruce was on his couch. And
he saw Bruce on his couch looked like he had been He was dead on his couch in his own blood. Yeah.
And he had put the gun in his mouth and blew his own brains out. So yay, Bruce, you finally did something.
Yeah, good job, Bruce.
Good.
Way to go.
You should have. But, okay, and so he had parts, he had 3rd-degree burns because he burned himself in that damn bootleg-ass flamethrower he made. And part of his Santa suit was like melted into his skin. So he was probably in extreme pain. Yay, right?
Yeah. Yes.
He had traces of cocaine in his system, and he had $17,000 taped to his leg.
What?
I don't know if he has saved all that money because he's been
taped to him.
Taped, like, because he was gonna run. So imagine like a big like stacks of money he taped like around his leg because he was just gonna run. You can't like use credit cards anymore. You're gonna need all this cash.
He probably accidentally got caught on fire. And it was like hurting so bad and he couldn't go to the hospital and so he shoot himself.
That's what, His initial plan was to run, but he got burned so badly, like you said, and he knew he could not get away.
Gosh.
He knew he couldn't go to the hospital, so he was like, let me go out like a...
What an idiot.
Yeah.
Dumbass.
So...
I hope it hurt real bad.
That Dodge Caliber was parked outside of his house. Inside of that Caliber was a burnt up Santa suit, okay? Because the brother had now called the police, and so now the police are like, come in here. There was his burnt up Santa suit, another 1,000 rounds of ammunition, and the car was rigged up like a booby trap.
Yes, I remember hearing that.
So I am putting a link to Murderpedia. Had like amazing pictures. Like it had before and after. It had the Santa suit. It had the flamethrower, and it had the Dodge Caliber after it exploded. So luckily, whoever was on this bomb squad in California, they saw it, and it still blew up, but not as bad as what it was. So it didn't injure anybody.
Yeah.
It didn't hurt anybody. There was still a massive explosion. And so at the same time the police are looking at this Dodge Caliber, they get a call from a guy named Scott Nord. And he's somewhere else in Cali. And he's like, there's this weird Toyota RAV4. Suspicious, parked by my house.
Yes.
First of all, what grown-ass man drives a Toyota RAV4?
Anybody who's suspicious.
If your name is Bruce Pardo. So he was driving a Toyota RAV4. Inside of this RAV4 was a map of the United States, a map of Mexico, a bunch of food and water, computers, and clothing. So what do you think this car was?
Getaway car, maybe?
Getaway car.
Oh, getaway car.
Why was it parked at the lawyer's house?
Oh. He was going to kill the lawyer.
Yes.
Oh, my
He was
gosh.
pissed at that lawyer because
Okay.
he was on, I mean, it was the wife's lawyer, and he's the one who ordered Bruce to pay this spousal support.
So he
he's
was going to
pissed.
ditch it. He was going to drive his whatever car he drove, ditch his car, kill the lawyer, take this car, and then go escape with his $17,000 tattooed to his leg. Bye.
He had this planned out.
He had a pretty good plan, but too bad you dumbass burnt yourself up.
Yep, too bad you got all burnt up.
Too bad you charred yourself.
So instead of killing him and getting away, he shot himself.
He just killed
anyways.
himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
The end. Goodbye.
They find out that he was actually going to also kill his mom in this.
Because his mom told his wife?
So his mom actually kind of alienated him. And when they would go to court, he would sit on Sylvia's side. And he was on Sylvia's side, and she was very good friends and loved the Ortega family.
Yeah, because they're
Bruce hated this.
Oh my, because he didn't get all the attention.
He didn't get all the attention, and his mama chose her side. So now she's the enemy. She was supposed to be at that party like she is every year. And the only reason why she was is because she got sick. And she called them and told them that she could not come. So Bruce knew that, and he was going to kill her in addition to everybody else that was there. Police are 137% sure that's what was going to happen.
Then they're really for sure.
So that night, 13
I'm so mad he
kids-
killed himself. I wish he would have got killed by firing squad.
Firing squad. Let's bring back the firing squad just for Bruce Pardo.
Or hanged.
Hanged him.
Hanged. Ugh.
So 13 kids, that night, this is Christmas Eve. 13 kids lost their parents. They are now 13 orphans.
Oh my God.
How traumatic do you think Christmas is to these kids?
Oh, they probably hate it way worse than you do.
Way more than me. So I just think about the true PTSD that they have. So the one sister that was living, Letitia, she ended up adopting a lot of these. I mean, you can't adopt 13 kids.
Yeah.
But she ended up adopting a lot of them and raising them. And little Katrina, the girl who entered the door, she lived. And she
even though he shot her?
Even though he shot her. But she lived. She had to have all these surgeries. She's had to have, of course, intense counseling. And still to this day, when it's Christmas time, she becomes almost like agoraphobic, like a hermit. She can't go out because even though she's had counseling, every time you see Santa, every time you see presents like that, it just brings back all
terrible.
of this.
See, that's what's terrible. It's he did this one thing, but he's scarred all these people for their whole life, and he just gets to go and just die. That's why I
and
hope
take
hell.
tickets
I
at the
hope
gate in
hell
hell.
is real bad.
Oh, it is.
I mean, I hope
we
it's.
can't even fathom how bad it is.
Oh my, that's just. Ugh, I hate it when people kill themselves.
But Katrina, like, she's doing good things. She, like, goes and speaks publicly against gun violence and gun laws. She has gone to visit, like, different schools that have, like, school shootings. So she's very active.
Yeah.
Just around this time of the year, she kind of regresses a little bit, understandably.
Yeah. I would, like, just go to, like, I don't know if I'm going to Mexico, but I want to go, like, to a beach on a little vacation during Christmas.
Like, you probably need to go to, like, I don't know, Africa?
I mean,
Wherever they don't celebrate
Africa,
Christmas.
I just want to be like, if it's Christmas time, I'm going to go to the beach and just, it's going to be summer and I'm going to skip Christmas.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good. I would actually do that right now.
I think I'm going to do it this year.
You and Katrina should travel to the beach during Christmas.
Yes, after we make tamales.
After the tequila and tamale party.
Yeah.
Okay, last thing. Bruce Pardo's mother, like, she's so innocent. She had a shitty son, but it wasn't her fault. She did not, like, she had no excuses for her son. Like, she knew how shitty her son was. The Ortega family, what was left of them, still loved her, embraced her. They kept in touch. She's still connected to this family even after this Christmas massacre. So that just says a lot for this Ortega family.
Yeah.
And love.
Yep.
Versus evil. And Bruce is dead as a doorknob. So Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. That's lovely.
Merry Christmas. What's a song? Can you sing them a Christmas song?
What did we sing last time? Papa and Mama?
Oh. Ain't no Santa, ain't no Claus, ain't nobody but your ma and pa.
April come up with all kinds of songs.
Y'all, there's your story.
There's your first. No, it's your second Christmas story.
Is it?
Did the Tita family?
Yeah.
Last week.
Yeah. And then next week, we're just going to, like, tell you 12 murders at Christmas.
Just back and forth.
Yeah. Outside the box. We're going to do something different.
Super quick.
So
there could be music.
You got to be able to pay attention.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because I won't be able to.
We will see y'all in like 5 minutes.
Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe. People, go leave some reviews.
Yes, we have new comments to read.
We do have new reviews. We should read them at the beginning of the next episode.
Yes.
Because they're great.
Yep, we'll end the year that way. All right, we will see y'all in a second. Never forget to...
Don't forget to stay aware.
Stay alive.
And always be DTF.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, bitches.
This has been a Rogue Media podcast. Bros and foes and heroes. Gonna tell you about bros and foes and heroes. Gonna tell you about.
Hey, I'm Zach.
And I'm Mike.
And we have a fantastic new podcast to tell you about. Bros, Foes, and Heroes. It's the two of us looking into the world of comics, breaking down some characters that you may have never heard of, and some that are just absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, so Zach comes up with a character each time, and I go into it just completely blind. I don't know who this person is or what their abilities are or anything, and basically I guess we kind of go over their origin story and just some of the ridiculous stuff that maybe, especially Golden Age stuff.
Oh, Golden Age stuff is always the best, and we will make sure to highlight all of the shenanigans and just absolute weirdness of everything.
Yeah, that's right. So subscribe today and follow us on Instagram at Bros, Foes, Heroes.
And if you don't, I know where you live. Not really, but please subscribe.
Bros and foes and heroes. Gonna tell you about bros and foes and heroes. Gonna tell you about.
Welcome to One Star Rewind, a new podcast about those dreaded one-star reviews that every business owner hates to receive, but yet every customer loves to read. During this podcast, we will peel back that one-star review to better understand how it happened, when it happened, and what the business owner is doing after receiving that one-star review. This podcast will be about love, hate, and laughter. On One Star Rewind, we will meet with real business owners who will tell their stories and how they do rely on reviews for their business. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, or download us at roguemedianetwork.com. Please subscribe, but only rate and review for not a one-star review. Join us each time for a new review and a new story.